Hello, welcome back to Fallout 76. Yes, the servers, or at least some of them, seem to back up again. And I've managed to log into the game. And do you see this? This is a new quest. So, it turns out that Caravans has been released as part of the hotfix. Well, if you're releasing new features, is it still a hotfix? That begs the question, doesn't it? But anyway, you know what they say? Never look a gift horse in the mouth. Let us follow the quest. And that's taking us down to Stony Man Lookout. And as it happens, someone has a camp over there. So, and then finally onto the Stony Man Lookout. If I can ever click on the icon. Oh, here we are. And once you arrive, you'll find that the place is not quite as empty as you might think. Or at least if you have been here, it won't be as empty as you might think. But it looks like someone else has just been here and destroyed everybody. Hello! Hello, destroyer of super mutants. Why did you kill Bruce Banner? What did he ever do to you?
Hello? Is this thing even on? If anyone happens upon this holotape, you gotta take it down to Marley at Milepost. Super mutants raided the delivery and took the cargo.
Retrieve the cargo, Yes, this is one of those caravans that is part of the new update. They essentially serve as mini quests. They kind of resemble that public event where you escort one of the Brahmin around, except the Brahmin's a lot faster and there's a lot more intrusion, shall we say. So it's kind of like that public event, but in steroids. So whenever you see an icon like this, you can actually just join it and take part. And it looks like the action has already started. Where are we? Oh no, I'm seeing the same issues as I had in the PTS. This is not good news. Ouch. I can see the icon in the compass. Yes, we're joining now. But yes, one of the things that you did see in the PTS was that when you tried to fast travel to the Caravan, basically the Caravan would have moved on by the time you loaded in. I don't know if that's a me problem or if it's a game problem. But yes, the reason you want to join those Caravan quests is that you actually get a reward from the Caravans.
These blood eagles have been relentless as of late.
And yes, there are some encounters that you meet as part of the Caravan. So your job is to escort this Brahmin. Looks like this is a small caravan. You can tell the size by the amount of luggage on the Brahmin's back. This is a small caravan. And essentially you can run one of these for free once a day, or you can choose to pay caps to run multiples, right? So the first one is free, but afterwards you'll have to pay some caps in order to start the quest. And everybody else can join it, as you can see. And the job is to make sure that this guy gets to the end of his route. And right now, because this is a new feature, that means that everybody's joining in. I have never seen this many people in a caravan. Right now it's awfully slow, and you can actually manually prompt the Brahmin to move faster by clicking on... Can I not? Okay, so I guess only the Caravan starter can do this? In the PTS you could do it. Anybody could actually prompt the Brahmin to move faster. And I think we've ended it, so here we are. We have to deposit this. I think anybody can do it? Yes, anybody can do it. And we get... What? Is that it? Oh, now you can hurry. Okay, there you go. It's kind of weird. Where's my supplies? You are supposed to get supplies. So if you help out, so if you either start a caravan and it successfully finishes, or you assist in escorting the caravan like we just did, you're supposed to get supplies. Which we didn't. I got some ammo, but no supplies. Although, looking at this, it could be because we haven't actually finished the quest yet, so we don't formally have any supplies. So that may be the case, we'll see. Here we are, Milepost 0. Wonder if anybody's gonna follow us? Yes, there's nothing much going on the outside. Kind of weird, if you think about it. Oh, hello. Yeah, I guess there is something going on outside. Okay, that's it. Yes, Milepost 0 indeed. Now, this is an instanced area. The outside basically has nothing. And the first time you come in, you'll see these two people speaking. But afterwards, She will be basically the person who'll give you caravan work.
Can't you see us talking here? Joanna,
I didn't see them talking.
It's the... I got a ton of new folks lined up to join us, though. Look, here's one of them already.
So basically, at this stage, we either save her or we don't. Although, this being a Fallout 76 quest, you basically have to say yes anyway, so...
I guess I should thank you for playing along and saving my ass. Name's Marley.
And of course, that means that there's an opening for a new guard. And guess who's gonna volunteer, eh? How could I say no to such a gentle request? Anyway, let's get to work, yeah.
Oh no, hate to ask, but any chance you could help out with footing the bill?
Well, as it happens, I do have 40,000 caps burning a hole in my pockets. A mere 500 caps.
Thanks.
Right, so that immediately starts a caravan, but let's do this later. But anyway, here's the Brahmin pen. You'll be able to bring somebody in to feed the Brahmin, and you can speak to them to actually upgrade the feed, which modifies the Brahmin in different ways. So that uses up supplies, which, as we saw earlier, is a new currency that we get. So you can have up to 1,000 supplies. And the only way to spend them is in upgrading your outpost and your employees. And this is where the Cryptid Hunter is meant to be. There wasn't much functionality in the PTS, but you can bring in somebody to you, well, as a new employee. And over here is where the Decorator lives. Him and his big Centribot. We'll see them soon enough. And basically they changed the decor of the place. And over here is the bar. There's a few bits of loot as well, so yeah. This may be a good place to refresh your items. And the place does come with a couple of workbenches. But this is a shop where the arms dealer is at. You can't get into the back, but once this guy sets up, he'll be selling you firstly ammunition, but as you spend supplies to upgrade him, you'll get access to newer stuff. But basically it's a shop inside your base, basically. Although most advanced players won't be making too much use of that shop, to be honest, aside from selling. But anyway, once you speak to her again, this is the only option. So you have to do this at some point. Now your caravan will not show up as part of this list, but if you go into the all, it will show up. You should only be able to run one caravan at a time. So let's see, here we are. Oh, that's not it. Over here, there you go. So let's go join our own caravan. Okay, so as soon as you load in, hey, you're not supposed to start without me. In the PTS you have to manually start them. But anyway, and as you can see, you can click to hurry them up. If you spend some supplies, you can actually upgrade their speed. As well as other features, like making them more armored. You will always meet some enemies early on. So basically, the escort is comprised of a series of encounters that happen while the Brahmin is moving. I can't see the liberators though. Here we are, okay. Sometimes they're not as visibly obvious as you might think. I don't think you have to meet the intermediate goals. So in this case, I think in this case we could just go and it still would give us the same reward, but yes, you gotta keep in mind the fact that the caravan is going ahead still without you. What? Oh, what the? Okay. Right, so if you die, you'll respawn near the caravan. Yeah, so you do lose your loot. The caravan continues without you, by the way, so yes. Beneath Defend the Brahmin, you can see the Brahmin's health bar. So the small caravans, which is what we're running now, they're actually quite easy. As you can see, this guy didn't even take any bit of health damage, so yeah. Let's hurry it up. They all spawned in, that's not fair. So yes, in this case we have to help a caravan. Because supposedly there are other people running the same jobs as we are. Even though we were just told that we're the last guard. So what's going on here? Okay, now we should be able to talk to her.
Thanks for the assistance.
Good, good, good. Right, then let's move on to catch up with the Brahmin. Which, like I said before, continues on its way without a care in the world. So if you meet enemies, it's not actually a bad idea to just run past them. I don't think you get any more supplies from actually beating them. Although with some objectives like helping that stranded caravan, I think that makes a difference. Kill the Jaguar, okay. Where? Where's the Jaguar? Yeah. By the way, these guys pack a punch. So yes. And here we are, we're done. So as soon as you get the prompt to deposit the cargo in the box, that's it. And that's...
Just drop the cargo in that deposit box and someone will collect it. Make your way back to HQ. Got another job for you.
Oh, okay, fair enough. We'd already finished this, so... Yes, so we did get some supplies, even though it didn't tell us how many. You were supposed to get a prompt telling you how many supplies you got. Or at least you did in the PTS, so... That may have been removed. Not sure why, but that may have been removed. In any case, we now go back to Mali. Although I think something's bugged. If you look at the objective list on the top right, a bump in the road, it says return to Mali to start a new caravan, which is the indication that it failed, and return to Mali, which is the indication that it succeeded. I think we may have just discovered a bug. So basically, I deposited the cargo into the box to finish the quest, but the Brahmin got killed before we got the prompt, so we'll see if this is still... Hello! Don't nuke me, bro. Don't nuke me, bro. And yes, Milepost 0 is a fast travel point now. And you can go directly into the interior, so that's a pretty handy thing.
I'm willing to give you another chance. Just don't screw this one up, alright?
Okay, so the Brahmin also has to survive, otherwise the quest becomes bugged. And I suspect that the normal caravans will also experience the same bug. So just be mindful that you should not let the Brahmin die. Now, if the Brahmin takes damage, you can also heal it in a normal manner. Now, this used to be amazing in the PTS, but I believe that with the new changes, it's not quite as amazing. Okay, still, the damage over time still works. Let's see how much we get. What about that? That should also set it on fire? Okay, yes, okay, so it looks like the bow is amazing when it comes to healing the Brahmin. The reason being that the damage over time for the bow has been significantly bumped. So it's better than the cremator, I would say. You have 30 minutes to have the entire thing finished. Now hopefully this... What the hell? Okay. These guys all just popped in. I think it's it. Okay, so it's a successful help.
Thanks for the assistance. Ugh, these blood eagles have been relentless as of late. Jeez. Finney's gonna kill me if I don't get this cargo delivered.
Yeah, okay, so it turns out that the same issue with the PTS is still here. The Brahmin goes there and then goes backwards again. Not sure why this is even here. The Jaguar are by far the most dangerous enemies, because they can smash the Brahmin really quick.
In that deposit box and someone will collect it later. Make your way back to HQ. Got another job for you.
Okay, so you do get the little prompt telling you how many supplies you got. And this should be enough to finish the main quest.
There you are.
Right, and that's the quest. Yeah, so we can hire multiple people. The first person you should focus on hiring is the Brahmin Tamer, just because you can use supplies to upgrade your Brahmin. That then allows you to run more difficult caravans. The other merchant, like I said before, is basically a shop. The decorator changes the look and feel of this tunnel. And the imported goods merchant seems to sell camp items. Can I run the caravan again
Not this
now?
time.
Oh, okay, so that first dialogue that we got was a bit of a bug. What you're supposed to get is a message to go help out others, which we can indeed do. Yeah, so basically the game wants us to join another caravan. Okay, so once again, when we join the caravan, we spawn behind the caravan. We're gonna put on some speed to catch up. And apparently we can hurry these guys now. Okay. So I think the first time we joined the caravan, we couldn't hurry it because we hadn't yet finished the quest. But yes, this is what's supposed to happen. Although, where's the caravan owner? I don't think the guy I'm running with is the caravan owner. What the hell? Are they even here? No, they're not even here. Where the hell are they? What's going on here? We're running the caravan without the caravan owner. What the hell's going on here? Oh well. And that was it. We get one measly supply. What the hell? Wow, okay. Indeed, we got one measly supply for all that. Let's join another caravan. Yep, they've moved on without us, as usual. This caravan seems to be running for a lot longer than normal. Looking at the luggage in that Brahmin, it looks like it's a small caravan. For some reason, the trip is taking way longer than it should. So the paths for these caravans seem to be random, but the starting areas seem to be fairly consistent. So yes, it is possible for the Brahmin to get stuck, and that happened quite a lot with some of the bigger caravans in the PTS. There was one particular path that they would take that would guarantee that they would get stuck, so hopefully that's been fixed in the main game now. Yep, this guy's stuck. This guy's gone crazy. He's doubling back. Yes, it is possible for them to end up in a stuck position, so I really hope that this has been fixed in the main game. Cause, well, based on the oh no, he's gone crazy. He's gone crazy. I think. Okay, what? Right. Have you made up your mind now? I think it has finally. This may be facing the same problems like. Oh shit. Okay, he's alright. I was gonna say he looks like he's stuck. But I think this escort mission may be facing the same problems as the escort mission in the boardwalk expedition. Namely, the fact that the pathing is troublesome, to say the least. And because this is timed, the scenario does exist that you may fail a caravan because your Brahmin got kind of well, your Brahmin couldn't read its GPS markers and got lost. But we should be really close to the end here. Oh, he's stuck. Okay, there you go. I think this is taking the really long way around. I'm trying to hurry the Brahmin, but we may end up cutting it really close when it comes to time. Yep, we're here at that little place where there's a couple of trailers. And this guy will double back once again. Kind of guaranteed at this point. Uh-huh. Make up your mind. Bloody hamburger can't make up its mind. So if you take into account the fact that caravans have a time limit of 30 minutes, this guy's been running for 20 minutes now. What the hell? Yeah, I suspect that the pathing is gonna be a problem, unfortunately. No, he wants to go past this. Oh my god. I was sure that that would be the end right there. No. But this Brahmin, bloody hamburger, wants to go around. He wants to go the long way around. I don't know where he's going. I don't think even he knows where it's going. I am hurrying it up every single chance that I have. I'm smashing that E button. Okay, this should be the end, right? No, not yet. Not this one. We haven't got the message to drop off the cargo. So, yeah, we're still going. Right, now it's doubling back on itself. Uh-huh. I think this is not the last time we'll see pathing bugs with these Brahmin. Uh-huh, then it turns around again. Okay. This is not a good sign, folks. This is not a good sign. So according to the map, we've gone past the entire northern side. We kind of started around here-ish. And, well, let's just say that we kind of seem to be doing an entire circle of the entire Skyline Valley. And time is running out. It is now 5 minutes until failure. Right, now we are here. Kill the Jaguar. You gotta kill the Jaguar quick, or make sure that the Brahmin gets healed. Here. Yep, there's gonna be 2 more. Oh, well, there you go. Look at that. We got 1 supply for all that. So this ran for 25 minutes, and we got 1 supply. And I think that it's definitely not meant to be running that long. This was literally just a pathing issue. There's another caravan that started. Let's go join it. Hopefully won't get bugged out by the pathing issues. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. We gotta move on. Oh no, it's turned around again. Oh my god. Okay, pathing issues are still here. Right, now we're doubling back again. Okay, there is a definite pathing issue. There is a definite pathing issue. These have not been resolved. Yep. Then it turns around again. Yep. So just for reference, we're over here on the northwestern side of the map. We've seen that doubling back at that particular spot happen twice. Which is again concerning. Okay, the Jaguar here, right? Not this time, Jaguar. Not this time. Yep. Okay, so this one was relatively quick. About 6 or so minutes. We didn't get the prompt, but I think we got 2 supplies. Okay, so yeah. This is meant to be a grind. No doubt about that. Okay, let me see if I can't start another caravan of my own, because that should be possible.
Are you busy?
Oh, right, so it does allow you. Okay, so I guess there was some kind of requirement for us to do another escort mission for someone else's caravan, and then we can start the second one of our own. Okay, this is good. Oh, it's doubled back now. My god. You annoying git. Don't give me pathing issues. Oh, okay, then turns around again. Okay, I sense that there's going to be a fair amount of frustration with the pathing. Because essentially we seem to be running into the same escort issues as with that expedition at the boardwalk, right? Escort just seems to be a bit of a problem. Not because of the escort itself, but because of the pathing of the escortee. Whether it's a human or a Brahmin. Yep, and of course it turns around. Uh-huh. What the hell? Oh, completed? What the? Okay. I didn't even see that. So we got 10 supply out of that. And the amount of supplies that you have to spend on recruiting new companions and upgrading the feed and everything like that goes into the hundreds. So caravans are a very long-term thing, right? Right, so I'm back at the base. And now let's take a look at the cost of hiring a tamer. Right, that's 100 supplies. Remember that we got a bonus 100 supplies from finishing the main quest. So in total, after running 2 of our own caravans and escorting about 3 or 4, we have 139 supplies. So you can see just how slow the uptick of supplies will be. But let's bring in the Brahmin Tamer.
I'll get in touch with them.
And this brings in Josie. Now I think most of the companions tend to have their own little side quests that you can take part in. But I do think it is best to upgrade her first. Because if you want to run some larger caravans, well, you do want to, not just want to, you actually have to upgrade your Brahmin. So yes, and also there's also milk. If you want to milk the Brahmin, yeah, that is possible. Okay, now we get to play around with bigger ones. You know what? Let's just try the biggest one. And it does cost you a bit of money, so yes. You can actually exchange caps for supplies. Okay, so let's see how well we do with the biggest caravan. Okay, so it doesn't look like we get the same visual representation as we did in the PTS, because the larger caravans actually had more luggage on the Brahmin. Maybe the visuals change once you upgrade the Brahmin. maybe that could be it. Okay, that was pretty damn quick. And we get 50. So yes, the larger caravans are definitely more worthwhile than the smaller ones. This one was surprisingly quick, I have to say. Don't know how many they got, but... And we got a snow globe from doing a couple of caravan jobs for her as well. Now, there was a bug where you would get a snow globe plan every time you talk to her. Hopefully that's been removed. Okay, so that must have been a fairly big caravan because we just got 9 supplies. No, we got 5 supplies actually. We got 5 supplies. So generally speaking, escorting other caravans is not that great. You should only do it if you have nothing else to do. But at the same time, if you have caps, then you should definitely spend those caps on running bigger caravans. Don't bother running small caravans. But before you do that, it may be a good idea to also invest in your Brahmin. Do things like improve their feed to give them more speed, or alternatively, more hit points, right? That way they're more likely to survive the entire fight. Okay, so this one looks visually bigger, right, in terms of how much load it's carrying. So I think this Brahmin has been upgraded, and somebody should be hurrying the Brahmin all the time. Just constantly rush them. Yeah, so it looks like the larger caravans give you 5 supplies for helping out, which is a pretty small amount if you think about it. Okay, now that we've had a chance to run through a few caravans and actually see how the system is in practice, what do I think about it? Let me start by saying that a lot of the things that the system is trying to achieve are really good. In particular, providing the player with an outpost that they can customize and upgrade. Not just something like a camp, which is something that looks pretty, but it doesn't really have that much of a functional purpose. The outpost does have a purpose, and it does actually have functionality. So you've got functionality to upgrade your Brahmin, which then makes running caravans easier, and you can add employees whose capabilities you can upgrade to then open up further possibilities. So the principle of having a base that you can improve, I think, is a really good one. Running caravans is in principle also a really good idea, because you're providing a different type of activity to most things that you can do in the game. So for example, public events are mostly about siege situations. You're defending something from a horde of enemies. Or daily ops and expeditions, where the goal is to run through a gauntlet of enemies and achieve a certain goal. In principle, caravans should provide a bit of variety. And you might have noticed that I keep saying in principle, because I think the ideas are great, but the problem comes with the execution. So if you look at the upgrades that you can do to your outpost, yes, they can help you run your caravans more efficiently, but then you get into the cycle of running caravans in order to run more caravans more efficiently. Essentially, there's a bit of a circular logic there. There is no overarching purpose beyond just doing an activity for the sake of doing an activity. Which is kind of obvious if you look at the way the caravans actually work. So they spawn in one of several locations in Skyline Valley, and all they do is just run from one location in Skyline Valley to another. And the goal is simply to reach a destination and just click on a box. You're told that you're delivering supplies, but there is no meaningful change from delivering those supplies. So in other words, essentially it just becomes a fetch quest or a delivery quest, right? Just go from point A to point B and click on something to finish the quest. Doing that quest has no meaningful effect on the rest of the world. It is, like I was saying before, an activity for the sake of an activity. But if we drill a bit deeper into the actual caravan process, unfortunately, as I saw multiple times, pathing was a major issue. So sometimes the caravans would simply finish really quickly, even the large ones, but sometimes they would just run forever, like the one that ran for 25 or so minutes. I cut out a lot of the footage when we were just following the Brahmin, but I left in all the occasions when the Brahmin either went back and forth, or it seemed to get stuck, or it just looked like the pathing was broken. In the PTS I ran into several instances when a large caravan would just get stuck. There was nothing you could do. You couldn't push it, you couldn't interact with it. There was literally nothing you could do. and the only solution that I found was just to ignore it and let it fail. Fortunately, I didn't see anything like that today, but I've seen some comments on Reddit about caravans getting stuck already, and I strongly suspect that it's exactly the same one that I saw in the PTS. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, escort missions in Fallout 76 just don't function well, and a lot of it comes back down to whatever you're escorting just seemingly constantly changing its mind. So it tries to go from A to B, then it changes its mind, and tries to go to C, then it changes its mind and goes back to B, or something like that. It tends to happen quite a lot in the escort optional mission in the Boardwalk expedition, and it looks like the Brahmins behave in a similar manner. So perhaps it may be better to simply fix the pathing of the Brahmins, so that when they go from A to B and that goal is set, they just don't deviate from that at all, unless they get killed or something like that. Because at the moment it seems that the Brahmin is trying to determine its path in a real-time basis. It does end up following some set paths, but it just seems to vacillate between choosing amongst different options, and sometimes it just goes back and forth between those options, or at least it seems that way. Another issue with the execution is that in principle, when somebody starts a caravan, people are supposed to join in and basically all play together and have fun, right? But the problem is that the reward is really bad. Typically when a caravan finishes quickly, it will take somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes. And if you do a small caravan, the reward is 1 supply. If you do a large caravan, that's 5 supply. Which frankly is a waste of time. Even 5 supply is a waste of your time. If you're gonna do that, you may as well spend your caps, start your own large caravan, and then run it through to the end. So in effect, the reward that you get from helping out a caravan actually discourages people from doing that. So we're seeing a situation where the execution of an idea actually goes against what the idea is trying to achieve. So overall I would say that the ideas are good, but further thought needs to go into the way they were executed. If I was to summarize the major issue with the caravan system, it would be that it lacks purpose. It's pretty obvious that it's an activity for the sake of an activity, rather than an activity that you do to achieve a greater goal, which can then only lead to people asking themselves, why am I doing this?